Hello, hello, and welcome to the July 2021 forecast. Thank you for joining me live and, of course, on the replay. Wherever you may be catching this broadcast, let me know you're here so that I can answer any questions that you might have and, of course, send you some love. So for those of you who don't know me, who are just getting to know me, my name is Cindy. I am a quantum numerologist and wealth activator, and I am passionate about seeing and contributing to the redistribution of wealth on the planet. And I believe that that comes through the hands of the people who give a fuck, the healers, the teachers, the change makers, those of you who are out there in the trenches doing the work. It is time for you to serve, be of service, create impact in the world, and make more money at the same time. When we activate our wealth, we are doing so not just for ourselves, but for the world. And it's not just about the money either, although the money is a nice side effect. All right, so let's dive into July 2021. Wow, we're halfway through the year. It feels like it's gone very, very quickly, which of course it has. And July brings with it the energy of the 3. So just like we can predict the weather, so too can we predict the energetic influences that we'll be experiencing. And I personally tap in with quantum numerology and the lunar cycles to really get a feel for how we might navigate the month and the weeks and all of those things. I forecast a lot. Forecasting is one of my favorite things to do. But it helps us to leverage this information to our advantage. The way I see quantum numerology is literally a cheat sheet for life. It's like having the video game that you're playing and having all the cheat codes. That's what numerology does for us. It helps us to activate our wealth. It helps us to understand who we are, what we want, how to get it, all of those pieces. And so in this forecasting, my intention for you is that you take some notes. I'm going to give you key dates and lean into, okay, how can I use this energy to my advantage for the month of July? How can I leverage this? You are not at the whim of it. Learn to leverage it. And if you want to know more about that, please reach out and just send me a DM or send me an email. I'm happy to have a conversation about that. So July 2021 brought to you by the number 3. The 3 is the amplifier. It is all about movement, about the mind creating. It is about connection, creation, collaboration. It's an amplifier. The 3 wants you to choose. So this whole time, all year long, I've been bringing in this conversation of what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Get very clear on that. Develop that relationship with yourself. Really lean into that and practice forgiveness around anything that doesn't serve that. This month of 3 is asking you to choose it. The universe will not hand you what you want on a silver platter. That's not how the universal laws work. The universe isn't some being up in the sky who goes, oh, she said she wanted that thing and you get it and you don't and you can, but he can't have it. That's not how it works. It works in the sense that there are waves and particles moving through the quantum field. And when you, as an energetic being, choose to allow yourself to have what you want, the universe conspires to bring you the hows of that want. So this whole time I've been asking you what you want. I've never asked you once, how do you get it? I've never asked you once to take action and do the things. It's been about, okay, what do you want? Are you willing to accept that you want that? And now in the month of July, are you willing to allow yourself to have it? Are you willing to choose it? Are you willing to put your foot down and say, this is what I fucking want? And I'm choosing to allow myself to have it. I'm choosing to allow myself to experience whatever it is that I want to experience. I'm choosing to allow myself to live an extraordinary life full of wealth and bliss and joy and impact and all of the pieces that you want to include in your experience. Are you willing to choose? That's what the 3 is asking. So as we lean into that, make sure you stay focused. The 3 energy, we experienced the 3 yesterday on June 28th. It felt very fast paced and it felt like we were being pulled in multiple different directions. So the 3 we all have a high side and a low side. There's a higher vibrational frequency to the 3 and a lower vibrational frequency to the 3. Neither one is right or wrong. Wherever you find yourself, it's an invitation to choose, to amplify what you're choosing. So as we think about the 3 and you step into the month of July, bring your attention and awareness to the thoughts you're thinking and the feelings you're feeling. If they are thoughts that you don't particularly enjoy or feelings that you want to shove under a carpet and pretend like they don't exist and numb it, dumb it, drug it, alcohol it, Netflix it, feed it, etc., here's your opportunity for choice. Your superpower as a human being is the ability to choose your thoughts and your emotions. Thoughts are nothing but energetic debris flying around, and they only have meaning once you give them meaning. So what happens is you grab a hold of a thought of, it's going to be a shitty day, and you give it meaning of what a shitty day means, and boom, you have a shitty day. That's the amplification of it. Or you have a thought of, I just feel amazing. I'd like to amplify this. How can I create more of this? And you give it meaning, and you create more of it. So just notice where your thoughts are going, and choose to interrupt your thoughts if they're not serving the big vision. And notice that if you are pulled in multiple different directions and you feel like you're a little bit chaotic and all over the place, remember to bring it back that you are choosing your extraordinary life. Does your extraordinary life include chaos or not? Your fucking choice, not mine, not the universe's, not anybody else's, but yours. So choose. I am choosing to live an extraordinary life. These are the things that extraordinary life includes: wealth, magic, miracles, bliss, laughter, adventure, play, impact, all of these pieces. What does your extraordinary life include? And are you choosing to allow yourself to have it? Okay, that's the theme of July. I'm super excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I am very lit up about July. I am so excited for what me and my business partner, Joy Kingsborough, are creating. We've got lots of things coming down the pike for you. And I'm so excited to create and collaborate with you and to co-create with the universe. Important dates to remember for the month of July. First one is the new moon on July 9th. On a 3 energy day, new moon in Cancer. So this means that self-care is going to be a priority. Self-care is required in order to build an empire. Now, if you're building an empire, whatever your empire looks like, choose what that word means for you, because it's going to mean something different for everybody. But remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. No empire was built in a day. It takes dedication, it takes devotion, it takes belief, it takes so many things, and it takes self-care. This isn't about the hustle, the grind, the go, 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 the get shit done, the be productive, be more productive, work 17 hours a day. Don't fucking do that. Please don't do that. This is about creating a business full of ease, that is hustle-free, that feels simple, where there are no mountains, there are only rivers to float down. This is about focusing in on what are the key pieces that I need for me to make sure that my empire is sustainable. What is it, that foundation of well-being that I'm building? When we think about the word wealth, wealth means well-being in all areas of life. It means well-being in your health, well-being in your relationships, well-being in your intimacy, well-being in your purpose and career, and well-being with your money. It means that too. And if you have an area of that life, of that spectrum, where you don't feel wealthy or you're not including in the wealth equation, then it's an invitation to invite that in during that new moon, to choose to include it in your extraordinary life. So just take a look at how you're experiencing life. And maybe my relationships are wonderful and amazing, and I've got intimacy and connection, and I feel really well in my body, and my purpose of moving things out into the world, but I don't have any money. Choose to include that. Or the opposite. Maybe you got lots of money, but you have no connections and no intimacy. Choose to include that. That's wealth too. Okay. So this 3 energy new moon on July 9th is really about creating boundaries, around really setting yourself up for success to build this empire over the next few months. So lean into that. Make sure when you're scheduling things in your calendar that you're choosing you first, and then stacking all the other 42 million other things you need to do. Don't put yourself last. Put yourself first so that you are ready and energized and fully there and present for that empire that you're building. You are the key to the foundation of your empire. And so making sure that you're taken care of is your number one priority. So that's what all that new moon energy is going to feel like. It's also really an opportunity to tap back into, why am I even doing this in the first place? Get close with your why. Feel your why. Understand why you want impact, why you want wealth, why you are running this business in the first place. Get really clear on that. All right, then we have the full moon on July 23rd in Aquarius. It's on an 8 energy day. And this is an invitation to really look at what shackles are holding you back. Now, you've heard me say this 100 times before, the only thing that's stopping you from the thing that you want is what's going on between your ears. The only shackles that are holding you back are the thoughts you're thinking and the emotions you're feeling. And remember what I said earlier, you get to choose. So this is the invitation. This full moon is really going to bring front and center all of the things that you've been choosing that may no longer line up with what you want to choose. And it's going to invite in a clearing of those energies so that you can choose what you want and the life that you want to live. So give yourself permission to really go deep. Go deep. The full moon illuminates things. So let yourself become aware of thoughts, actions, habits, feelings, emotions that are holding you back, of how you are holding yourself back. Notice, are you addicted to drama and fighting against the system, fighting against what's happening in the world? Are you arguing against vaccinations, masks, COVID, politics, racism, religion? I don't care what it is. Are you caught up in that story of the drama? Or are you willing to devote yourself to creating your extraordinary life? Bring it back to the choosing. What are you choosing to focus on? When we talk about, there's so much going on in the world. There's so much happening. I can't even keep up. I don't watch the news. I couldn't be bothered, because what's happening in the news, what's happening in the world is pieces of our old foundation are falling apart and crumbling. The law of entropy versus evolution. Entropy is when things fall apart. They don't need our help to fall apart. They can just fucking fall apart. But in the entropy, it creates space for something new. And the law of evolution states, build something new. So what are you building? What are you creating? What are you choosing? Again, choose to allow yourself to have what you fucking want. That is the whole motto for July. Choose you. Choose to live your extraordinary life. Choose to have the life you've always wanted. Choose it right here, right now. Make yourself a declaration. I am committed to choosing me first. And in doing so, I am creating an extraordinary life for the whole world around me. As a human being, as a bringer of light, when you choose you first, you become a lighthouse and you mirror that out to every human being that comes into contact with you, whether virtually or live. And those human beings see your light and they want to know, how can I do that too? It's not about creating the right marketing or creating the right program or doing things and having the pretty PDF and the pretty graphics and having things all set out in a perfect funnel. It's not what it's about. It's about choosing you and how you want to show up in the world and allowing others to see you in that. It's about being in integrity with yourself. If you don't know how to do that, reach out to me, because that's what I teach. That's what me and Joy teach. All right, so July 23rd, Aquarius full moon, and that 8 energy day, releasing all the shackles that are holding you back and finally stepping into what it is that you're creating. Now, on a global perspective, we're going to see lots of fake news, more censorship, new laws coming into perspective. We may see some protests occurring. We may see some power struggles happening. Secrets are likely to be revealed. Again, don't even worry about it. It's all falling apart. There's nothing for you to pay attention to. Let it fall apart. It does not require your energy for it to fall apart. It's already happening. So focus on what you're creating. Focus on what you're amplifying. Focus on choosing what you want out of life. Have an amazing, amazing month of July. I love you. I believe in you, and I see your power. Bye for